SMTV. SMTV. What is it? Speaking on urban life. SMTV. SMTV. Keeping Christ in the center of the conversation.
Hi, welcome to Soul Mag TV. I'm your guest host today, Tammy Cruz, and we're taping in front of Crossover Church in Tampa, Florida, in front of our fresh, hot, new graffiti mural courtesy of Mystery Embassy Church in Australia. Yes, our brother from Down Under Mystery hooked us up with this really nice mural. So, you know Soul Mag TV covers the hottest hip-hop and R&B on the planet. And today we get to meet the dynamic duo behind Soul Mag TV. Now you know your main host, Tommy Urban D. Colonen. If you didn't know though, he's also an author and the pastor here at Crossover Church in Tampa, Florida, and a national recording hip-hop artist. We're also going to have an interview with the man who's usually behind the camera, Mike Jones. He's the director and producer, very talented guy. He's a musician, songwriter, singer, rapper, in addition to his video and graphic design skills. He's also won a number of online video contests. One of them even landed him on Rachel Ray. Yep, that happened. So let's meet the man who makes Soul Mag happen, Mike Jones.
What's up, y'all? It's Michael, aka Microphone Jones. I'm a filmmaker, artist, and producer of Soul Mag TV. I'm usually behind the camera, doing all the filming and the editing, and yeah, so it's a little weird right now. Pretty much, I started doing music when I was 6 years old. My grandparents donated a piano, and I was on that thing every day and all night. My dad is a chaplain, or I could say was a chaplain. He's retired now. I played in all his chapel services, basically. They needed a pianist. I was there. He told me to get on. I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what I was doing at first, but he made me jump on anyway. Luckily, we did have a pianist there, and I kind of just sat behind him and learned from him. And then also my mom, she's always trying to find ways to help me with educational wise. I was actually homeschooled throughout my whole high school. Crazy, weird, yeah, right. But anyway, my mom, she signed me up for piano lessons, and I learned theory that way. I learned how stuff connects and relates to each other. So even in my beat making and what I do musically, that has kind of helped me. I love using keyboards and pianos and to make beats and stuff and really feel the music. So I always loved the kind of mix of that. It was like a hip hop, R&B, pop mix all together. I love the stuff that Toby Mac did, with DC Talker, how he mixed that group up. It was very diverse. So I'm also working on another project called The 10. Each one of the songs is based on one of the 10 commandments. So the first song is No Other, which is you shall have no other gods before me. Second song is about having idols. I did this project because basically, growing up in church, sometimes you can miss the very simple basics and why you need to be saved. I mean, we preach about the gospel. I know about Jesus. I knew about Jesus in Sunday school, but what was I being saved from? Because in my eyes, I grew up in church and I'm a perfect little angel, preacher's kid, perfect little angel, But then once you start to measure yourself up to God's 10 commandments, you start to see, okay, well, I might have broken some, and I might have broken them all, of course, if you just break one. So basically, I wanted to focus on the 10 commandments because it's something that illuminates why we really need salvation and why we really need Jesus to actually save us. And it gives us a greater appreciation for the cross. So yeah, let me introduce this music video to you. It's actually off an earlier album of mine, but it's a good song, so I did a music video to it. It's called Come Back. Check it out.
I'm back from the dead, that's what he said. let your mind reprogram. Been living like slaves time and time again, but I tell you the truth, I broke the chains from your hand. Renew your mind, throw away the old man. Stop living like you're still a prisoner of your sin. Come back, yeah, come back. Don't chase the paper. Come back, yeah, come back. Don't hate the fakers. Come back, come back. Tell them see you later. Come back, come back. Do your creator. Come back. You lost the way this time. God made a way for you. If you wanna stray, you need to come. Make the greatest way tonight. If you lost the way this time, God made a way for you. If you wanna stray, you need to come. Make the greatest way tonight. He's the greatest escape artist the world has ever known. He escaped up and gave the grave a tombstone. Forgotten son coming through the ozone. Wise man found out when his star brightly shone. He came from heaven, died on earth, was resurrected to give a second birth. The stripes on his back ought to heal every hurt. The precious blood of God, you can't define his word. Come back, yeah, come back. Don't live for pleasure. Come back, yeah, come back. Don't hate the fakers. Come back, yeah, come back. Tell them see you later. Come back, yeah, come back. Do your creator. Come back. You lost the way this time. God made a way for you. If you wanna stray, you need to come. Make the greatest way tonight. If you lost the way this time, God made a way for you.
That was Microphone Jones. Now we'll be back with the visionary behind Soul Mag TV, my pastor, Tommy Urban D. Colonen. Hey everybody, we're back with more Soul Mag TV. My name is Tammy Cruz, your guest host for this episode, and we got to sit down with the visionary behind Soul Mag TV as well as Soul Mag Magazine, Urban D. He's also the visionary behind a lot of other initiatives here at Crossover Church like Flavor Fest Urban Leadership Conference. So now let's check out Urban D.
Yeah, so I've been doing music for a minute. Actually, I put my first independent album out in 1996. This one that's like way over here. Put another independent one out in 98. Then I got signed to a label, 7th Street Records. Was on the same label as the Cross Movement. Put a couple records out through them. Then I did some licensing deals. And so I've been doing music for a minute. But everywhere I go, people still ask me like, yo man, you working on something new? And I'm so busy with Crossover Church as the lead pastor. And now with Soul Mag TV and Soul Mag and Flavor Fest Conference. And there's a lot of other things that I'm doing as I go around the country and speak. And also still do some music. But I am working on some new music. And I plan on doing one more album, a final album, but before that, I'm gonna do a free mixtape. I've never done like a free mixtape before, so I'm working on that, got a couple songs completed for that, but currently right now I'm working on my next book. My next book's gonna be called Rebuild, Your Family, Your Life, and Your City. And so at the same time when Rebuild comes out, which will probably be late 2014, maybe early 2015, depending on the publisher and what they want to do with it. At that same time, I'm going to put out an album called Rebuild. So it's going to have the same branding, a lot of the same themes in it as well. There's going to be some special songs if you buy the book that you're going to be able to get that are not actually on the album. And so they're both going to kind of cross-promote each other. So I'm really passionate about Rebuild, the book and the album, because I've been in urban ministry now for almost 18 years full time and seeing so much brokenness and so much pain. And yet I see how the gospel and Jesus coming into people's lives and then building a relationship with him helps them rebuild. And so I've seen that in people's personal lives, in their families, and then here in the community, in the city. And that's one of Crossover Church's big mottos is we're here to rebuild the city. And we're located in the heart of the inner city of Tampa, Suitcase City. But we've seen thousands of lives get touched by the gospel. We've seen almost 600 people get baptized. I mean, it's just been amazing what God is doing. So the biblical narrative throughout the book and the album is going to be the book of Nehemiah, as we also tie in Crossover Church's story and personal testimonies from people's lives and mine as well. And just a lot of things weaved in through the book. So I'm really excited about it. I'm working on it right now. Once I finish the book, then I'm going to work on the actual album. So books are a lot harder than albums. I'd rather do albums all day. They're just much easier. But so I'm excited. So stay tuned. UrbanD.org is where you can find out more about that. You can follow me on social media, UrbanD813. And of course, you're going to be seeing me regularly here on Soul Mag TV. I'm not hosting today. I'm the interviewee. So, but anyways, just love y'all, man. Keep praying for us. If you ever come to Tampa, come visit us at Crossover Church. And I want you guys right now to check out my latest music video that I did with some good friends of mine. My man Braille from Humble Beast, Beautiful Eulogy, and my man Christafari. Got some reggae flavor in there. Check this out. It's called Unheard.
Christafari. Each and everywhere in the world. So you don't have no fear, just rise and stand for the Lord. The gospel of his here, each and everywhere in the world. So you don't be scared, just rise and speak for the Lord.
We're living the most advanced culture this planet has ever seen, but it's unheard. That's absurd, man, how could it be? It's the powers that be, broadband and 4G. It reach right into your home, your pocket, your screen. Check your average team, post their worldview, the channels they view, the websites they view, the lifestyles they view, the trials they go through. It's ugly, my dude, that's why it's time to renew. But God's message is already streamed through these pipelines, but it seems like there might as well be ice lines. That's why I type lines, I Skype lines. We connected to the right vine. Harvest is the right time, but the branches don't speak the current language. They spit in Spaniard, Spanish, the culture speaking Spanglish. From San Juan to Anchorage, the people languish. The gospel's unheard, the culture's in anguish.
So youth and youth, me a tell you no, rise up. Youth and youth, me a beg you no, stand up. Don't ever be ashamed of the name of Jesus. Youth and youth, me a beg on stand up. So when them come with the false doctrine, dash it away. It seems like everything is good but Jesus' name. So no more hiding up, no more denying up. All of the gospel, I'll never be ashamed.
Yeah, the worst part of it is when they hear the gospel, but it's not really the gospel. It's watered down with additives they add in. Like the gospel ain't enough. I mean, it's cool that he saved us, but what about the status of your bank account? Wouldn't life be better with a bigger amount? He said count the cost before you take up your cross. Add it up is what you gain, worth the pleasures you lost. All the false gods you used to bow to, but now you are loose from your sin and bound to the Spirit of God, totally made new. The one who created you, coming to your rescue. You didn't even know you were drowning. He saved you, that's how you found him. Life spring fountain, everlasting stream. The church is the bride, he's the better half. More than we could ever ask for, that's what he gave. The good news, the only way for sinners to be saved.
Said the gospel of his year, every crevice and corner of the earth. And me not stop the work till every single nation has heard. Said the gospel of his year, every crevice and corner in the earth. And me not stop this work till all our creation has heard.
So many believers don't spit it, or they spit it wrong, or they spit it in a way it doesn't get heard at all. So we spit it strong, spit it in song. The gospel's really simple, doesn't have to be long. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying do it my way. Just show them Yahweh, put them on display like the book of Acts, be part of the way. Authentically imitate, better than Tina Fey. Don't let your character get sketchy, never stray from the text. God give us his best. Son came down in a quest and got dressed in flesh and showed us how to do it. Check Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You see that he was so fluid. Showed us how to live, how to love, how to lead. Showed us how to lay down his life and how to bleed for a people that didn't deserve it. He loves us, forgives us, be heard. We were created to worship.
Said the gospel of his year, every crevice and corner of the earth. And me not stop the work till every single nation has heard. Said the gospel of his year, every crevice and corner in the earth.
We'll be right back with some live concert footage with Microphone Jones and Urban D.
That must be my match. He sets my heart on fire. Now I'm so attached and I'm so inspired. Fire in my bones. I'm just like Jeremiah. Have your way in me. Don't do my own desire.
Yeah, they try to shut me up, they try to sit me down, but I'm back again for the second round.
though they buy me up, they can't beat me down. And though they cut me, they can't cut the sound. See, I was set apart before I was born, and God knew me before I was even formed. He sent me to the nation so they could be warm, but they do it in my face, and by the leaders I was scorned. Go ahead and preach the truth. Lord, I am just a youth. How can I go out there, plant it uproot? I can barely talk, I am just a child, but now I'm spitting fire, cause he touched my mouth. God must be my match, he sets my heart on fire. Now I'm so attached, and I'm so inspired. Fire in my bones, I'm just like Jeremiah. Have your way in me, no to my own desire. They try to shut me up, they try to sit me down, but I'm back again for the second round. Though they buy me up, they can't beat me down. Though they beat me up, they can't beat me down. Yeah, he sent me to these people even though they were so evil, worshiping false gods who were fake and evil. And what did it pay off? Nothing, nada, not zero. Shame to the nation who forgot their true hero. Had a big ego, doing the illegal, being deceived and being deceitful. Then God came to me and said, take a stand. You must prophesy whatever I command. I said, I'm just a child. He said, you just my man. Don't be afraid. Then he reached out his hand, touched my mouth and gave me his plan, and said, I'll be with you to stand against the whole land. What? God must be my match. He sets my heart on fire. Now I'm so attached, and I'm so inspired. Fire in my bones, I'm just like Jeremiah. Have your way with me, no to my own desire. They try to shut me up, they try to sit me down, but I'm back again for the second round. Though they buy me up, they can't keep me down. Though they beat me up, listen, he says, don't be terrified, I am by your side. I will make you strong, a city fortified. But I wish I died in my mother's womb, cause all my friends out there trying to bring me to my doom. Yeah, I'm lied on, and I'm hated, cause I preach the truth, and they can't take it. I can't agree with you, no, I can't fake it. If it ain't right, I'm gonna say it. What I'm saying may be unpopular, but I'm a watchman with my binoculars. I see destruction coming on idolaters. Please take my warning before the slaughter. Come on. That must be my match. He sets my heart on fire. Now I'm so attached, and I'm so inspired. Fire in my bones, I'm just like Jeremiah. I've been waiting, no to my own desire. They try to shut me up, they try to sit me down, but I'm back again for the second round. Though they buy me up, they can't keep me bound. Though they beat me up, they can't beat me down. Blessed are you when men insult you, persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely because of Christ. Rejoice and be glad, for great is your reward in heaven. So did they the prophets before you. Yeah, come on. Say, put your hands up. God must be my match. He sets my heart on fire. Now I'm so attached.
We wanna see you live life in 3D. Panoramic vision. HD. Click delete on that tab key. Leave your past behind and be set free. 3D. I'm talking discover, develop, display. Talking about breathing in the city in Tampa Bay. Talking about bringing a rescue to the Mayday. I'm talking living and breathing and repping the way. Okay, discover the gospel, relationship with Christ. Your gifts, your talents, your calling on your life. 3D with your husband, 3D with your wife, 3D with your kids, 3D with your strife. We gotta witnesses like Acts 1:8. People's lives in the balance, that's some way. We gotta help them discover God's presence and essence, and help them open up His presence.
This is life in 3D, Christ projected by you and me. It goes something like discover, develop, display your faith to achieve a tridimensional change. This is life in 3D, Christ projected by you and me. It goes something like discover, develop, display your faith to achieve a tridimensional change.
Everybody say discover, develop, display. 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 The second D, develop, aka disciple. The words according to Jesus, Matthew 28:19. There's no typo. He said make them on all nations, black, white, brown, every ethnic persuasion. You should be grazing in the fields of development. For so many believers, this is a missing element. They think a small group ain't relevant, but then they wonder why they can't seem to stay celibate. Cause if you're not growing, you're dying. I know life in 3D is hard, but are you really trying? Cause if you are, there should be proof. aka fruit. You should be developing in a
This
small
is life in
group.
3D, Christ projected by you and me. It goes something like discover, develop, display your faith to achieve a tridimensional change. This is life in 3D, Christ projected by you and me. It goes something like discover, develop, display your faith to achieve a tridimensional change.
Everybody say discover, develop, display. 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 Now put them on display. Now that's the fun part, cause your words and your actions blow out of your heart. You discover your new heart, developed it like kids. He loves to put himself on display through his kids. We was all doing bids in the prison of sin, but Christ came and broke us out to forgive so we can live. Receive that grace, experience that taste, that delivery that I like, that's biblically based. So whether you're young or you're old, you're single or married, the way that you display, it might be varied. At home or at work, or even in church, family, we gotta put it in
This is life in 3D, Christ projected by you and me. It goes something like
The Soul and Soul Mag TV stands for Speaking on Urban Life. Unfortunately, those who speak on urban life today through urban music and urban culture are promoting materialism, selfishness. We've all heard the urban cliches of get rich, die trying, hustling, making it rain. It's all about the Benjamin. Urban culture promotes bling, cars, more women, getting as much stuff as you can during this life, living it big, attaining fame, getting a record deal. And all of that is hustling for perishable treasures, for things that are not going to last in this world. Jesus said in Matthew 6:20, lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, aka stack bling for yourself in heaven. And that should be our goal in loving God and in loving people. The Bible says, love your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. If we filter everything we do through those two things, we will live righteously and we will live for God's kingdom and promoting good and being His witnesses. When people hustle for things that aren't going to last, they hustle for perishable treasures and perishable crowns. And Paul speaks in 1 Corinthians that we should run towards gaining an imperishable crown. And he makes the analogy of athletes who condition, they discipline themselves. They strive with dedication and a goal and a passion to win in a race, but to win something that's not going to last. We should have that same passion and dedication in living for God. And in doing that, we will gain an imperishable crown, one that will not fade and that will last forever. So I'd rather make it rain in heaven where it's going to last and I'm going to be able to cast my crowns on Jesus' feet than here where everything is going to fade away. So don't get caught up in this world and in the messages of this life, but keep your eye on the prize, live with an eternal mindset, live righteously, do good, imitate Christ, and then you will get a mansion in heaven that MTV Cribs can never compete with.